First of all, welcome everybody. Welcome all of you who came a little bit later here. I'm excited to dive into aligning with your greatest destiny topic today because this is a big topic for us as humans because we have lived so long in survival mode based on how someone else's expectation of us should be, whether that is our family, whether that is our society, our culture, our traditions, our religion, our whatever conditioning we received in our educational system. We are literally trained like products most of the time, right? Unfortunately, where the world external of ourselves dictates how we should be, right? And that's not how it works. This is not how it works. It has never been supposed to be that way. But this was the times of consciousness, that of the density of the consciousness that were on earth for many thousands of years. We were all looking external. We're all functioning from survival. We all thought the world is a threat to us. And we are here somehow securing our living and our earning our lives, proving ourselves that we can live, we can have a good life on this earth. And we did that in many ways in the past that were not in alignment, right? Even today in the world there's war. There's people killing each other over resources and power and ideologies, right? And we did that for thousands of years, over territories, over resources, because we lived externally. We saw that the more we take from the outside, the more we have control over the outside. Somehow that fulfills the inside, and it's never the case. We are not an effect of the world. We are a cause. We are the creators. We create. Every single one of us is a creator. Whether you do it by default on autopilot based on the programming that you have received in childhood about who you are, what you're supposed to do in this world, what you're supposed to experience, or you're doing it intentionally when you realize who you truly are, when you realize that you have the responsibility to utilize your creative power to create the reality you want to experience. There's two ways. So we are all creators. No one is not a creator. Right? So let's get this straight. You are a creator, I am a creator. You create your reality, your frame, your reference, what your circumstances, your environment. You have power over that. And you create it. Whether you want it or not, whether you know it or not, whether you create it by default or you create it with intention, you do create it. Okay? And so where does the destiny comes into this, right? Because we're speaking about destiny and how to align with our greatest destiny. Well, I'm here to share with you this and bring more awareness on this topic. And this has really, really great power to shift your consciousness and perspective about yourself, your soul, your journey. So bear with me. If this resonates, great. My mission is accomplished. Even if it's one person who this resonates with, my mission is accomplished here. And this is what I'm sharing with you is from my personal experience and from what I received from the Creator, which lives inside me just as much as it lives within you, and it lives in everything that exists in this life, in this world, right? Plants, trees, animals, galaxies, the universe. We are saying the universe. We're saying that God is somewhere else. We look up. We look at the energy of the Creator. That is what God is. It's a frequency, it's an energy. An energy that can create anything, any possibility. It's an energy that is whole, complete. It doesn't experience lack like we do in our human bodies. And so let's go straight into this. Our greatest destiny is chosen before we even came here on earth. Before we came into these beautiful bodies that we have, into these beautiful vessels that we have, we chose our journey to a degree or another. But here's the thing, there's more destinies. It's not just one destiny. There's more destinies. Almost like you can see destinies as parallel realities, if you want, or timelines. It's the same thing. Like versions of reality that you can experience, right? This is what a destiny is. So we came here, we incarnated into this soul, these bodies, and before that we made an agreement to experience certain things so that we can learn lessons, transform, and create what we came here to create on this earth. As simple as that. Why? Because this is what life does. It's an experience, it's an experiment, it's an exploration. This is what life does. Maybe it's for fun. Maybe it's for the sake of, we try to give life so much meaning all the time. We try to make it about this and that, and oh my God, great, it's amazing. I am all for giving meaning, but sometimes that meaning is way more than we can actually process and handle, or sometimes it's less as well. And so in order to actually find out what that is, what that meaning is, you have to really remember that destiny, or that greatest destiny. Because here's the thing, there's destinies, and there can be a negative destiny. There can be something where you can experience a reality where you always struggle, you're always in pain, you always feel heavy, you're always negative, you're always anxious, you're always in lack. There's always a lack of something. You can experience that destiny. Or you can experience a destiny where it's your greatest, where you are the most loving that you could be or you could become, where you are kind, where you are considerate, when you are generous, when you are loving to others, where other people love you, where you are expressing your gifts and who you are and what is important to you, right? So, and just by doing that, you're already leaving a legacy. You already leave a legacy behind with just your experience, with who you are. So we chose this before we came here. We chose our entire set of possibilities, right? So we walk the path. It's almost like you walk the journey and you have a whole library of movies. Which movie do you want to watch? Which movie are you excited about today? Are you excited about a horror movie? Are you excited about the trauma that brings anxiety, a drama or tragic movie that brings anxiety? Are you excited about an uplifting movie? Are you excited about a love movie with positive outcome, or something that really nourishes your soul? So we choose these movies that we call destinies, and we walk the path. We are the actor, we are the director and the actor of this movie. We created the movie and we act in it at the same time. And you act, let's say you act in a movie and you don't like the role, right? What happens? Because this is what usually people experience. Well, I don't like my life, I want to change my life. Right, perfect. Stay with that. Don't run away, don't be afraid, oh my God, I'm afraid of the unknown, what's going to happen? No. In that moment when that comes, you can shift your destiny. That's when you connect with the greatest destiny. When you feel you had enough of something and you want to experience something else, that is the most powerful thing, the most powerful moment in your life that you can be in. Most people freak out in those moments. Most people want to go back to normal, to the old self. You cannot crawl back into your own skin once it's shed. First of all, right? So there's no point of you going back. The only way you can go is forward. So now how you respond to that change that you feel that is going to come, that is unavoidable, that's how much you're going to enjoy the process of transition, the process of uncertainty, the process of the unknown, where we are all screaming, oh my God, I'm confused, I don't know what to do, I don't know who I am anymore, I don't like my job, I don't resonate with my partner. Okay, let's create. Get creative in that time. Use your imagination, plant new seeds. The unknown is fertile ground for new seeds to be planted and grow into a flower, into a tree, in whatever you want to plant. So we chose this experience. We chose our destiny before we came into the physical body. Now, the second thing that I want to touch upon is we actually chose specific lessons in order to achieve this greatest destiny. Like the greatest destiny we can experience in this life. I don't know, whatever that is for everyone. For me personally, I'm going to share what that is for me. I desire... There's nothing more that excites me. I think I've done it almost all. There's nothing more that excites me than a family, a healthy, conscious, beautiful family, living in harmony with the planet, maybe a farm, maybe a permaculture garden, maybe other families around, in a retreat center, in a wellness center, in a community of beautiful people who simply want to live their greatest life. That excites me. And then my purpose, who am I in the world, what do I bring in the world, my impact, sharing what I learned from life, sharing my gifts through music, through writing, through art, through connection like this, through teaching, sharing the things that I learned from life and the things that the Creator wants for me to still create. That's what I want. It's not about the car, it's not about a specific thing and all of these fixations. It's a feeling, it's an energy that I want, which I feel like the family unit gives me. Because for me, there is nothing greater in life. There's nothing more purposeful in life than to have a healthy, conscious family. To grow. That is the most beautiful thing we can create, if you ask me. And then, of course, our purpose on top of that, our work in the world, our mission, which depends. In some cases, for me personally, it was the mission first, and then the family. I'm really prosperous, and I'm grateful and abundant doing what I love. Right? And so from here, I'm opening myself to give more, to spread more, to share more. And that is a family, that is community, that is more people. And that is my greatest destiny, in a nutshell. Now you have your own greatest destiny. I don't know what that is. But you came with specific lessons, like I did. For me, the lessons that I learned on this journey, the trauma of abandonment, I experienced great loss. I've been to rock bottoms that more than I have fingers on my hands, more than most people experienced. And I thought sometimes I thought I'm cursed. Why do I still experience this? I was like, I was like mad on God. I was mad on the Creator, on the universe, and say, why do you keep giving me these shitty lessons, these hard lessons to learn? I want a good life. I want a great life. Well, then the answer was, well, this is why I'm giving you this, because if you can show up through these moments, if you can learn the lessons that you need to learn, then you might as well experience that, right? So all the things, all the catalysts, all the dark things, all the failures, the struggles we experience on our journey are actually really, when we alchemize those, are actually gifts. They are transforming into gifts so that we can become the person we are supposed to and live our greatest destiny. These are the lessons that our soul chose to experience in order to transform and earn our lives, earn our greatest destiny. Because if everyone will be born in a perfect condition, not going through any struggle, not going through anything, through any rite of passage, not learning, not maturing in any way, then we're gonna be a civilization of the weak, like very weak people, very weak humans. First of all, we cannot appreciate the things that we experience. We cannot appreciate the good things without experiencing the polarity. We cannot experience love if we didn't experience the lack of love, right? Because we cannot be grateful for it. And so this is the universe, this is the world we live in. It's a world of duality where we need to experience these things to a certain degree. Now it's our choice how much and how long we are going to experience this. It is also our choice if we decide to suffer because of it and become a victim of our circumstance, or see it as use our pain in order to grow. Pain is growth fuel, right? Anything we go through, any transformation we go through, every transition, major transition, involves some pain. It's almost like going to the gym. You cannot build a body that looks really good without some pain, without some effort. And it's the same thing with anything in life, right? But most people don't want that. They say, no, I don't want to do this. Yes, I have this shadow, I have these dark thoughts, and I feel heavy and uncomfortable, but I don't want to face that. I don't want to feel that. Well, no wonder why you're stuck. No wonder why you're still looping and repeating the same life, the same patterns. You have to choose to be responsible for the things that you have been chosen. I know we want to blame it on someone else. It's easy to blame it. It's society, it's my mother, it's my father, it are my kids, it's my, it's school, it's my trauma, it's whatever. It's so easy to say that. It's so easy. But what are we actually doing when we say that? Right? What are we doing? We are saying it is not my power right now to shift from this because I have this excuse. So that excuse is holding us back. Even if it's right, even if sometimes it's justifiable. Yes, it is your trauma. You didn't deserve to experience that. Great. What do you deserve? What do you feel like you deserve? Well, I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be loved. I don't want to have this trauma bond with my partner. Okay. Then believe in that, trust in that, have faith in that, and create that for yourself. I deserve more money. I don't want to be stuck in this job that I don't like and be paid so little money. Okay. What is it that you want to do? How do you see yourself making more money? Work on that, create a plan. Ask God, ask the Creator to show you the way, to build the vessel required to hold success on a different level. We have to understand this. Our soul, or the Creator, is the greatest relationship we have. Ourselves, because we are that Creator. It's not external of us. It lives inside of us. That is the greatest relationship we can ever have. And I said here in the beginning, why? It's because you cannot hate yourself. You cannot be in a bad relationship with yourself and thrive and be successful in life. You can't. You can't be successful if you're resentful on yourself. You cannot, because you cannot push yourself to be that. You cannot build the vessel to be that, because you don't think you deserve it. You don't like your life. You don't like yourself. You're not comfortable with yourself. And so we have to make sure we become our best friend. And a way to start is, I shared a few times, is to do your best every day, to not put pressure on yourself, to apply forgiveness for yourself, compassion, forgiveness, even, forgiveness for yourself, forgiveness for those you hurt, because we hurt people through our projection, through our stories, sometimes through whatever, through our resentment. We don't even realize it. Sometimes it's just energetic. We send them a negative vibration. They feel it. It's not about what did I say. No, it's about how do we feel about that person. That matters. So reach this point of complete neutrality and forgive yourself first. Forgive then those you hurt second. And third, forgive those that hurt you. Eliminate all the resentment. Do this today. Do this after this life. Start from here. Eliminate any resentment towards yourself and people outside. People you love, most probably too. And people you hate. People who did wrong to you. People who hurt you bad. Same thing. Now, another thing that I want to talk about this with you is that the hardest is your path and your journey, the greater is your destiny. Let that sink in. The harder your path, the more challenging your path, the greater your destiny. Why? Because in order to sustain something big that you're calling in, a reality that you're calling in, I don't know what that is. Maybe you want to be very abundant doing what you love, maybe you want to inspire people being a singer, maybe you want to have a best-selling book, maybe you feel like you can be a leader of some institution, some country. Maybe you want to be a business person and invest that money into good things and regenerative things and help humanity in a financial way. It doesn't matter. Maybe you have innovative ideas and you're a genius. And maybe you're just a simple person who wants more joy and happiness in your life. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have a big thing. Your greatest destiny for you personally can be simply be at peace, have a joyful, fun life, a happy family. That's it. As simple as that. Maybe this is why you came here to experience that. Maybe in another lifetime you experience things that are completely opposite of that, and now you came here to experience only that, and that is perfect. So the point is that all the challenges we have been through, whether in this life or in other lifetimes, the greatest they are, the greatest that pain, the more you dive into duality and polarity and contraction, the greater that expansion can become, because you have created space, you have created room. It's almost like when you pull an arrow and you wanna shoot an arrow, and when you pull that, the more you pull it towards the back, when you let it go, the faster it's gonna go, and the more penetrative it's gonna go. So it's the same with a destiny. It's the same with our greatest potential, right? We've been so much in darkness, so much in chaos or whatever. When we integrate that, when we finally alchemize that and let it go, we go straight into the other direction. which is our greatest destiny: blessings, peace, love. And if you look at, let's give some examples. Let's give Jesus as an example, right? Let's give Jesus, because we are in the Christmas time, and the topic is perfect for that. Jesus, people said, was at that time was the Son of God, is like a prophet, is like this special being that came to show us that the kingdom is within. Many of us are doing this today. I'm doing that today. So we're all, because of that, we all have that consciousness, Christ consciousness, unconditional love consciousness, forgiveness consciousness, however we call it. It's an expansive consciousness that resonates in our hearts as truth. And that is because of this man who's called Jesus. I'm not religious necessarily, but I'm looking at all these archetypes: Buddha, Jesus, other Kuan Yin, other characters in archetypes that lived or supposedly lived throughout history, to understand what is that energy there, what is the gift that they brought into this world, what can we learn from that. And in this case, Jesus experienced the highest state of consciousness, where he transcended the human body and resurrected as a soul, and showed himself to his wife Mary Magdalene, and mother, I believe, too. And so he created a ripple effect in consciousness, showing that this physical vessel and this physicality that we have is now what determines who we are. It is just a shell. It is just a part of what we are. It's just something that we came here to experience. Now, in order for him to go to that level, in those times where there was Roman empires were starting, it was really dark, war times. Everyone was trying to conquer, trying to get something. Like, it was deep survival energy, I would say, divide and conquer energy. So he was born in that time. Right, that's pretty wild. So he had to experience a deep polarity, which is the resurrection, which is before that, which is being persecuted, executed, and condemned. So that is the darkest thing you can experience, like being really punished for who you are, basically. Is being punished for who you are. This is what most people today have: fear of visibility, fear of showing up. People nowadays, the greatest fear we have actually is the fear of being seen. Right? Because we can get hurt, especially if you have a message, especially if you have a gift to share with the world, if you have a purpose. So we are afraid to be seen. It's vulnerable. So this man shows himself, is crucified. So he experienced the greatest darkness, the greatest polarity, all the way to the greatest potential. In one, who knows how much time it was, in 1 year, maybe 2 years, 3 years, whatever. In one lifetime, let's put it that way. So the same thing, I gave you this example because the same thing we are going through as well when we are here to live our greatest destiny, right? No matter what that is. But we're living in different times, so we don't have to go through the same pain. I'm not here to scare you that for whatever reason, if you didn't suffer enough, you need to suffer more. This is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that your suffering should be enough to spark in you the desire to live a greater life, your greatest destiny, whatever that is. If you didn't yet, then learn from it. It's not there to scare you. It's not there to destroy you. It's not there because it's wrong. Most probably it's there because this is your lesson, this is your transformation, this is your soul correction that you need to do in order to become the greatest version of you. Okay? So once that happens, everything in life changes. The way we perceive life, the way we are received by the world, the way we experience ourselves. We are living from this state of, I'm I have moments when I wake up in the morning and my prayer has become, and I'm super grateful for it, my prayer has become, Creator, thank you for this day. Show me how good it can get today. Utilize my energy, utilize my gifts, utilize my power, utilize my purpose, utilize every part of me for the greatest good of myself, my life, and the world. Right? So this is what our greatest destiny does. It creates expansion in our lives, in other people's lives. This is what I mean when I say align with your greatest destiny. Align with that version of you that you know deep inside that exists. You know it exists. You want to experience that version of you. And practice that at the Christmas dinner already. Again, that is accessible now. We can access that version now and keep working on it, keep working on ourselves, keep building while we go. But all is accessible now, and we can access that in every single moment when we remember, when we remind ourselves of how blessed we are for being here on this earth, for being creators here on this earth. And for having choice, first and foremost, having choice. This is the beauty of will. When we say willpower, that means just having choice. And that's a privilege. Or for most people is. Some people don't have choice. If we are here online watching this, whatever you watch this, maybe you listen to it, or I don't know, this is a privilege already, right? Compare with what other people experience. Let me know if this resonates with you so far. I have 2 more things that I want to share with you. How is everyone feeling here? I saw some hearts. Okay, I take the hearts as a feedback. Beautiful. Okay. Should we continue? Should we dive deeper? I have 2 more things that I want to share on this topic. Okay, let's do it. When we live our greatest destiny, we are not just an effect. This is a big thing. We are not just an effect of the world around us or the people around us. We are a cause. Okay? So what does that mean? It means that you can create from the inside out the output that you want to put into this world, into your reality, into your life. So you want more love. Let's say you look at something in the world and some news or whatever, and you see, oh my God, it's word there. Okay, you become that piece from the inside out. Let's say you realize that you require more resources to live a life that you feel like you deserve, a life that you desire. You have to become that from the inside out. You have to feel resourceful. You have to become prosperity. You have to build your vessel, which is your body plus your energetic field, your soul, like your energy imprint. You have to build it in a way that that part is included in it. That is an energetic component of who you are, right? And we are signals. Imagine that you are a signal, you are an antenna. So you are emitting from you energy outside and also receiving. And what you emit, you receive back as feedback. It's like a torus. Imagine that we are a torus, where we constantly give, constantly receive, constantly give, constantly receive. So we need to remind ourselves that that is how it works. This is how the energy works. And do we want to be an effect? Do you want to bounce? Do you want to bounce left and right, forward and back, because of people's opinions and how they perceive you, what they think, what they say about you? Do you want to bounce in concepts and conditioning over what is wrong and what is right? The liberals, the Democrats, the Christians, the Muslims, the Hindu, the Buddhism, the white and black and brown and pink and blue and purple. I'm taller, you're not taller. I have beard, you don't have beard. Do we want to bounce? Do we want to be effect of these perceptions? Do we want to be that to each other? That feels quite a limited experience, if you ask me, to experience that, and also painful, because you never get to feel your own power in that. You're always dependent on how someone else sees you, right? And I've been there so much. I lived through receiving validation as well, relying on validation so much, until I was so much rejected as well, that I learned that, okay, I'm okay with myself. I'm at peace no matter what. In the best of my days, of course, I have my moments. So the important thing here is to realize that we are the cause, not the effect, meaning that we can bring in the frequency that creates the effect. So what is the effect that you want to create in your life and in your reality, in your family, in your community, in your work? What is the effect that you want to see? Become the cause of that. Feel that vibration, feel that energy. Let's say you're waiting for more money to come into you. You're waiting for more clients to come, or you're waiting for a promotion. Feel, how does it feel? Act as if it happened. Act as if it happened right now in your body. But it's not even acting, because it's nothing to act. You just feel, you just tap into that, and then the signal is wired, is attuned to that, and so therefore you receive it in your reality as soon as possible, as soon as is ready for you to be fully received. This is how manifestation works. It's as simple as that. All other ideas and how you do it, yeah, there's all variations of it, but in the simple terms, this is how it works. You put out a signal through your embodiment, through your vessel, not through your mind, but you have to feel it in your entire being. You have to feel it in your heart, you have to feel it in your nervous system as a reality that is possible for you, right? So you want to meet your love of your life, you want to meet your soulmate, right? Or you want to transform your current relationship maybe into a soulmate connection, because that can happen too. You can improve a connection just like that. I saw people coming back together after they broke up, and they were like even stronger than before and more intimate and so on. So that can happen too. How do you do that? How you transform a soulmate in the external to be loving to you, to be exactly how you want to be loved, right? Is by you becoming that soulmate. You become that frequency, you become that energy that you want to receive. You want to receive more love? Give yourself more love. You want to receive more affection, appreciation? Give yourself that. Start appreciating yourself. Stop judging yourself. Stop blaming yourself. Stop being hard on yourself. Forgive yourself, love yourself, show compassion, show mercy for yourself and for your journey, because you probably have been through a lot of shit. We all did. We're all guilty here for going through so much. I don't think if there's any perfect person here, please say I'm perfect. And also, please leave then after that, because we don't believe you. We all experience something. That's how life is. The creation is made to be like this, imperfect. Because if they would be perfect, there's no point to the creation itself. The creation has to stay imperfect so that we can constantly create from that imperfection better versions of reality, better versions, expansion constantly. If it will be perfect, it will be complete. There's nothing else to be created. And in that sense, there is a truth to that. It is complete. There's all possibilities already exist. But there's in that variation of possibilities, there's also bad experiences, dark things that are painful, right? So in that sense, it's not perfect. However, it's perfectly imperfect. That's how the creation is. And so, yeah, become the signal that you want. Become the cause that impacts the effect on the external. Don't be bouncing from energy to energy, from perception to perception. Don't even believe what I'm saying. Please, by all means, if you feel resistance in your body, if you feel, oh my God, this is too intense, too deep, then don't listen. Don't do it. Leave the room. If it resonates, if you like it, if it feels that it's exciting, stay with it. See what it teaches you. See what it shows you. You always have choice. You always have choice. No one can enforce anything on you. All right. We create intentionally. That's the ideal way to create, but however, the truth is that we also we are 5% conscious and 95% the subconscious dominates the field, right? And so we have to go deliberately and create the programs that serve us in this life, and not be bouncing around these patterns and loops and beliefs that we have about ourselves, who we are, our narrative, our stories. Okay. Another point is our dreams might be crazy for others, but very real for us. And that's when you know that's your greatest destiny. When your dream is so big or so different or so unique that people think you're crazy, people don't understand you, people look at you and be like, bro, wow, this is okay. They cannot grasp it properly. That's because it's yours. And until you experience it, until you share it with the world, until you embody it, no one believes you. No one is supposed to. Not even you can believe yourself. So this is why sometimes it's even pointless to share with people your biggest dreams and what you want to accomplish. Just show up, do the journey, show up on the path, and only connect with those that are on a similar journey with you, that actually can support you, empower you, elevate you, give you a reflection, a feedback. I didn't know. I didn't when I received. Okay, when I received the message that I have to write a book. This is my book. I published it exactly 1 year ago. When I received the message years ago that I have to write a book, my English was really bad. I didn't trust myself. I had no idea how to do this. I didn't even know what to write about. And while I was starting to write, while I was on the journey, while I was showing up, by the way, you can find this on Amazon if you're interested. It's called Be Nobody, Become Everything. So yeah, I had no idea how to do all of these things. But I showed up. I showed up no matter how crazy it was for the world. I found my people, I found my tribe, I found those who understand me. I found my clients who paid for my lifestyle and paid for my, like experience. I couldn't believe it. The universe was providing and supporting me from all levels. And I was like, oh my God, it can be that simple. You just follow that path with certainty and knowing that this is what you want to do, and the creation supports you. Yes, it is that simple. It is absolutely that simple. This is the realm of miracles where we all want to be in and want to live in. And sometimes you have these synchronicities, these signs, these inspirations. That is a miracle trying to show you that you're on a path, that you're closer, that you are there, that this is what you need to do. And so the only hard work that we need to do, this is the hard work that we speak of sometimes, right? Because all people that are successful, they barely share how much they struggled to be there. They barely share that. Because it's not necessary. They know it inside. They don't need to be validated. And so I'm here to share with you that the journey is not easy. The journey is not easy. Because the hardest work we do is to allow ourselves to actually get out of the way. Because the Creator is here to give us everything. The Creator knows how much we deserve. The Creator loves us unconditionally. And again, the Creator is not external of us. It is an energy that lives inside of us, that made us, that powers us. But when we don't believe that, when we attach to the stories, identities, traumas, when we still repeating loops and patterns, that's okay. That's our experience. There's no problem with it. But this is why it feels hard. This is why it feels that we are so far away from it. This is why it feels like sometimes even when I share these things, these perspectives with you, some of you might be resonating really strongly because you're very close, or you're there already, or you maybe are established already in your craft, in your gifts, in your mission, and you live your greatest destiny. But some of you feel like, oh my God, this is so far away. I like it, but it's far away. This is not for me. You might think that. It is not true. It is not true. It is, and again, the way towards it is, if you receive anything today from this, is to do your best in every single day when you wake up. And that is up to you what that is. But if you do progress, if every day you move the needle a little bit, sometimes you can be still, you can rest, you can take a break, and then move the needle a little bit each time. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's something that most people don't do, actually. Most people prefer to complain or to find excuses. To stay in victim consciousness when the fact they are creators. The Creator is sad for you not stepping into your power. I believe if there's, I don't know, we say we are selfish or we are whatever. I believe selfishness is when we say no to our power. When we say no to what the Creator wants to give us just because we are. Just because we exist. And we are selfish to not wanting to receive that and utilize that and share it further with the world. Because our greatest destiny, again, is about sharing with the world. Our greatest destiny is going to impact, it's going to create legacy just by living our best lives. It creates an imprint in reality. People who live and utilize their power, the creative power that has been given to them to live a different reality that is empowering, it's uplifting, it's loving, it's purposeful, it supports other people. What life can we better live here on this temporary human journey that we all have? If you ask me, this is the greatest life. However, we have to be able to maintain the vessel for it, and that is the challenge. We can all have glimpses, we can all like have an experience, a breakthrough, an awakening, but the deep work, I repeat it again, is to maintain the vessel, to build your vessel and maintain it so that you can sustain that life that you came here to experience. That is the work. And with anything, it takes practice, and at some point it becomes second nature. It's like riding a bicycle. In the beginning you fall, right? You can't do it. You hate it, you don't want to do it anymore. You're like, oh, this is so hard, why am I doing this? And at some point you just take off and you're riding the bicycle when you're a child and you're enjoying it so much. And you feel the wind blowing in your face and you feel the freedom of how it feels to ride that bicycle. And that's it. And then you just keep repeating, and because you see how beautiful the journey is, how exciting it is, how good you feel, how much well-being you experience in your life, because you followed your soul calling, you followed what really excited you. Because of that, you feel invincible, you feel like you can achieve anything, and you, first and foremost, you feel that anything is possible, but you feel a great feeling of appreciation and gratitude for your life, for the fact that the journey you choose is one of being liberated, it's one of being abundant, prosperous, loving, kind. Even when you have deep challenges in this moment, you can still feel into that reality. You can still choose and intend a different reality for yourself. And how do you do that? Let's say now you're going through something that is completely opposite of what I'm saying. How do you change? How do you shift your reality from where you are to where you want to be? How do you shift through that pain that is still there, frustration, whatever that is? Allow it, first of all. Feel it. Let it be there. Let it sit with you. It's okay. We all have it. I have it. And each time I'm choosing another reality, each time I go through another transformation, I feel that pain. We all feel that pain. We all feel the being in the void, being in that moment when we're going to the tunnel and nothing makes sense and there's darkness and we all feel that. Now maybe you are now in that tunnel. I want you to know that that's okay. It's okay to be in the tunnel. In fact, take this time when you are in uncertainty, the unknown, confusion. Take this time to plant deeper roots, to plant intentions, strong intentions, to plant seeds that really, really serve you, nurture you, nourish you, and have the potential to align you to a better destiny, or to the destiny that you want to be in. Because as I said, there's different layers of destiny. Which one you want to attune to? A higher destiny, a lower destiny? It's your choice. There's nothing wrong or right. And I want to leave you to this. It's nothing wrong or right. So don't judge yourself, don't be hard on yourself, don't compare yourself with anyone, don't compare yourself with the teachers that you admire, with the role models you admire, with influencers on Instagram that show a perfect life or whatever. Don't compare yourself with me, because you don't know my pain, I don't know your pain, we don't know our darknesses, but we all have it. That's for sure. And I'm here to say that I honor yours, I honor your light, I honor your dark, I honor your journey, and may it be blessed beyond belief. And for all of you who feel a greater calling to connect with me, if this feels resonant, I want you to know that I'm doing deep work with people. This is where the game changes for most people. When we do this deep work, when I'm supporting you in a very personalized and unique way based on what your needs are right now on your journey, whether that is relationships where you go through some really deep things in your relationships, or whether you want to connect with your mission and your purpose, or you want to build a vessel for more prosperity, for more abundance in your life, for purpose to come to you, or maybe you have already a vision or a knowing about what you want to do, but you don't know how to share it with the world. You don't know how to create your content, how to market yourself. Or maybe there's something wellness related. You don't understand how to move energy, how to alchemize energy, how to stabilize your body, your system, your nervous system, your vessel, so that you can hold the reality that you're calling in. This is the work I'm doing. I'm supporting people deep on this journey. I do either private retreats. I'm going to post next year. I already had a few retreats here on Insight Timer posted, but I'm going to post more next year again. So I'm doing private retreats where we do private journeys together. Could be like 2-3 days. Some people want 1 day, but I guess 3 days is ideal. It can be even 1 week, and do deep work, and then have adventures, go into journeys in Costa Rica, going to the beach, going to community events. We can go so deep into it, and you're gonna feel so nurtured, so held, so supported, and shift in every area of your life where you need to shift. Make massive change in your transition, in the moments where you are, and you will receive certainty about your mission. With some people that I work, they receive remembrances of past lives, who they were in different past lives, and they utilize that as a gift, or maybe they need to transform something there. With other people I was working with, they were activating their voice. They started to sing. They started to activate a creative gift. They started to say, okay, I'm gonna become a mentor. I know what it takes. With other people I was supporting exactly on that journey, how to become a mentor for others, how to become a coach, a teacher, a leader, a creator. All of that is available if we work one-on-one. And I choose one-on-one. I used to do this in groups too, but I choose one-on-one because it's way more personal, way more deep, way more on point, and tailored based on where you are and what you need. I love it. So if you feel a calling, if you feel a resonance, just let's connect. Send me a message. I also do this online, right? So it can be either we meet in private, in real life, or we meet online and have sessions online. Either way. Okay, have a blessed weekend. Thank you for being here. Thank you for receiving, and I will see you, let's see, probably next week. Much love. Ciao for now.